Hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining the class. Today we're about to get started. I'm just double checking that everything is good to go. As we're getting started, I would love to hear from you. There is a chat box where you can let me know where you're watching from. So let me know, put that in the chat as we're getting started. Let me know where you're watching from today, and I'll give you a shout out. We'll have some more people logging on soon, but we're going to get started with the free class for 3 secrets to planning a successful album release. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to be here and to be part of this class. I hope that you get a lot out of it. I'm super excited and I love talking about this stuff, so I'm excited to be teaching. Darlene says we are good. Darlene on my team is helping out today. And so I do want to let you know that if you have questions during the class today, feel free to put those in the chat and Darlene will be collecting those for me. I'm going to be answering questions at the end. So just wanted to let you know that before we get started today. And we're going to be covering how you can avoid the most common mistakes that independent musicians make when they're releasing their own music online. So I'm going to go through 3 of those things that will be helpful for you when releasing your own music, because I want you to have a smooth process of putting your music out there, and learning from other people that have done it is the best way to do that. So I'm sharing my secrets with you today. I hope that you enjoy it, and I'm so glad that you're here. So we're going to get started, and I'm going to be sharing some slides with you on the screen here. Welcome officially to the 3 secrets to planning a successful album release, how to fully prepare to release your own music online while avoiding those common mistakes that most independent musicians make. I'm Lydia Walker, and I'm so glad that you're here. We are going to have a fun time today. So let me know in the chat where you're listening from today, and we will get started. In the training today, I'm going to show you how you can go from not knowing what to do next with your recorded songs to feeling confident, ready, and excited to successfully release your own album. So that is our goal for today, and I want to be very respectful of your time, so I'm planning to keep this right at about an hour or a little under an hour, so you can get on with your day. I know that you're very busy. Corey says he's listening from Nashville. Awesome. I'm in Nashville as well, so that's awesome. Glad to have you here, Corey, and excited about your new music coming out soon. I know you've got a lot of exciting things happening. At this point, I want to just encourage you to turn off all distractions, because I know with so many things going on, it can be hard to focus, but this training could really change things for you, and just the things that we're going to talk about today can really help you make a successful album release and get that plan together. So I just want to encourage you to turn off any distractions, put your phone on silent or put it away, close the door if you need to, anything that would help you to just focus and pay attention during this time, just as an investment in yourself and in your career today. We are talking about some good stuff. So I want to know from you, let me know in the chat, which one are you? There are 3 different reasons that you might be here today. So I want you to just put the number 1, number 2, or number 3 in the chat so I can see maybe which reason resonates the most with you. Number 1, you're here because you're excited to share your music with the world, but don't really know how to go about it. So if that's you, put a 1 in the chat. Or number 2, you want to make sure that when you do put your music out there, that you do it the right way. I am totally there with you. I want to do it the right way the first time. So if that's you, put a number 2 in the chat. Or reason number 3, maybe you're here because you're looking for encouragement from someone else in the industry to ask questions and get advice and learn from other people's mistakes so you don't make the same ones. And if that's you, put a 3 in the chat. So we'll go over those another time here. Number 1, you're ready to learn how to go about planning your release. Number 2, you want to release the right way the first time. Or number 3, you're looking for encouragement and advice. So let me know in the chat. Corey says number 1 and number 2. Gotcha. Awesome. Yeah, I relate to those as well. I'm ready to learn. I always love learning, and there's always more to learn. We never truly arrive. So we're going to learn together today. And whatever your reason for being here, I am cheering you on, and I'm so excited that you're a part of the class today. I want to quickly introduce myself. I'm Lydia Walker. I'm a singer-songwriter and musician, worship leader at my church, and I've recorded 12 of my own albums. I started very young. I started when I was 12 years old, but I've recorded original music and put them out on CDs and put them out on iTunes. I've released multiple albums online as an independent artist, and I've also helped my friends who are in the music industry and helped other artists submit their music for digital distribution. So I've done this process for myself and for others. And over the years, I've kind of put together a specific plan of what I use every time now. And I want to share some of those things with you today. Now, I have a question for you. Can you imagine what it would feel like once your music is released and put out into the world? What would that feel like? I want to invite you to put it in the chat. What would that feel like? Would it be exciting? Would it be nerve-wracking to finally put your music out in the world? Can you imagine what it would feel like once your music is released, once you've put it out there, people are listening to it, it's available? What would that feel like for you? Corey says, relief. And that is so true. Excuse me, I've been congested, but you know what? I am still showing up for you today. I was like, that's not going to hold me back. I'm going to be in this class because I believe in you and what you're doing, and I'm going to show up for you today. Here's something I want you to understand. The talent required to release your music is already inside of you. And learning a simple, proven strategy from someone who's done it will save you the time of figuring out all that technical stuff by yourself. And so this was kind of an aha moment when I realized this. About a year ago, I started a podcast called the Rustic Songbird podcast. And I knew I wanted it to be about songwriting and to help songwriters. And so I started out, talking about the craft and the songwriting. But I realized that really the talent is already there. I don't have to teach you how to be talented. That's already inside of you. And so what I want to do is to encourage other artists and songwriters that are either getting started or they're wanting to take it to the next level. They're wanting to grow and scale, and they're wanting their music to go out to more people. And so I realized that, it's such a lonely thing to be putting your music out there and making music. A lot of times it can be isolating. And so we need that encouragement. And my spiritual gift happens to be encouragement. So it was like an aha moment when I realized, you know what, you've already got all the talent you need. And what you really need is just to follow someone who's done it and save you the time of figuring it all out by yourself. So as promised, I'm going to go through the 3 secrets to planning a successful album release and share those secrets with you on the class today. Let's start with secret number 1. What most musicians fail to do is to have a plan in place for what to do, when to do it, and how they plan to do it. So if you have any plan at all, even a simple plan, you are well on your way to being ahead of the competition, because most musicians fail to have a plan at all and just put their music out there, fly by the seat of their pants, hope for the best. And that is so common. And so if you've been guilty of this, I know I have done things without a plan before, but it's just so much more productive to have a plan in place for what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, and how to do it. So if you have any kind of plan like that, you're well on your way. The truth is that taking that extra time to plan your release will be well worth it in the long run, and you'll be so glad that you did. When you put things on the calendar, you make it real. And I know that's true in my life. When I put it on the calendar, it's happening. And if it's not on the calendar, it's probably not happening. So I want you to make a plan, put a date on the calendar, figure out this is how much time it's going to take for me to get things together for my release. And then I want you to put that actually on your calendar. If you're like me, I love a paper and pen. I love an actual paper calendar. So I will write that in. And if you're more like everything on your phone, you can put it on your Google Calendar. Just make sure you've marked that date and put it on there. You're making it real. I want to share a quick, simple equation with you that is so powerful. That your dreams and what you want to achieve, your goals for your music career, when you have those dreams plus a plan, that equals success. So dreams plus a plan equals success. You can have all these dreams and not do anything about it, but they're never going to go anywhere. And you can have a plan without those dreams and that motivation, but the plan's not going to help you if you're not doing anything. So it's those dreams that drive you plus a plan of how you're going to do that that makes you successful. And I want to talk about success for just a minute because that looks different for everybody. Success for you might be, hey, I want to successfully record my own songs that I've written, and that would be awesome. I want to release it out into the world and have it available on a CD, and that would be amazing. Or you can say, success to me would look like having CDs at my shows that people can take my music home with them and that I'm sharing it with more people and it's connecting with people. That would be success. So it looks differently to everybody, but we need our dreams plus a plan to get to that success. It's a simple formula, but it's very powerful. So this is what I want you to do. If you have a notebook with you, then feel free to take some notes. If not, I want to encourage you to block off maybe 10 minutes and just do some brainstorming. Write down the dates and the action steps that you need to take to make that happen. So once you have that date on your calendar, write down, okay, this is the first thing I need to do. And then this is the next thing. This is what it's going to take. And I don't want you to spend a whole lot of time doing this because you can go down a rabbit hole of all the planning. But just quickly, I want you to take some time, maybe later today, and write down what it would take to get you to that next step. And that clarity is going to mean so much to you because it really is one step at a time. I want you to break it down, take one thing at a time, and that makes it manageable. It makes it actionable. And so it doesn't seem like such a big thing releasing your music. What's the next step to release your music? That's what we want to figure out with just a quick brainstorming session of writing it down. Writing it down makes it real. Let me tell you about my friend Pam Weston. She is a gospel singer and she's been traveling and playing music for a long time. She already had her music written, recorded, and even had it printed on CDs. But she asked me to help her get her album up on iTunes. And so I helped her work through that process, getting her songs and getting all the information together and put online. So now her music is distributed and available everywhere on all the downloading and streaming sites. And people can listen anywhere, anytime from all around the world. So even if she's not playing live and selling CDs, people can hear that music wherever they are, even if she's not there. And it's available on her website now. And so I was able to help her do that. And now people are listening from everywhere. I'm going to share with you secret number 2 of how to plan a successful album release. The next secret is this. Musicians fail to give enough time and they rush the process, which causes delays, rescheduled release dates, and unnecessary stress. Like, who needs more stress, right? None of us. There's enough stress in life. We need to give enough time for the process because there's so many things that could go wrong. There's so many variables that can change in the process, whether it's shipping delays or something didn't get finalized in time. That happened to me one time. I'll tell you a quick story about that. I had set a release date for a release party. I had invited people. I had already made this public, right? And then I realized that my CDs would not be there in time. So we wouldn't actually have CD copies at the CD release party. And so I wish now, looking back, that I would have had more of a buffer window and not even planned the release party until I had the copies in hand or I had plenty of time to know that they would be there in person. I think we ended up doing the CD release and just said, hey, we'll mail you a copy when it finally comes in, and did pre-orders. So it worked out. But if I had planned enough time, I wouldn't have to rush the process. I wouldn't have to reschedule things or, rush to figure things out. So that's secret number 2. And the truth is, when you leave enough space and have that breathing room for changes to happen, your album release can actually be a smooth and fun process. I just released a project last year, and I had just had a baby and then came out with a CD, and people were asking me, like, how did you do that? What? You've got so much on your plate. And really, that was the easiest release I've ever done. One of the reasons is because I've done it before. And then another reason is I didn't do it all by myself. I had a team helping me. And so that was actually the smoothest, fun process that I've had releasing an album. Let me share an awesome quote with you by Greg Reed. I love this quote. It is so, so good. A dream written down with a date becomes a goal. A goal broken down into steps becomes a plan. A plan backed by actions makes your dreams come true. And I love that quote because it makes it so practical. You know, we talk about goal setting, and sometimes you can set goals that seem unattainable and it seems impossible. You're like, how is that ever going to happen? But a goal with a plan backed by actions makes your dreams come true. I love that quote so much. So I want to encourage you to set aside more time than you think that you'll need when releasing your music, because there are things that will come up. And I just don't want you to be worried and stressed. I want you to be flexible, because that's what it takes as an independent musician. We have to be flexible as things change, because things are going to change. Now let's move into secret number 3 of how to plan a successful album release. Secret number 3 is this. Most musicians forget to promote to their audience while they're making the album. And it seems like their release comes out of nowhere. Like all of a sudden they have music and nobody knew about it. They didn't know they were writing or recording. It's just like, oh, where'd this come from? So that's what a lot of people forget to do, is to promote to their audience and make them a part of the process. Because your audience wants to feel a part of the process. They want to see the behind the scenes when you're recording, when you're writing the songs, when you're getting the copies in the mail, and that makes them feel a part of the process and gets them excited. So promoting your upcoming release helps them build up that excitement before it's even available. And that's really powerful, because you can work up to that and then they're ready for it. Here are some ideas for ways you can promote even before your music's released and available online. One idea is you could do video updates on social media about recording in the studio. You could just grab your phone and say, hey guys, I'm in the studio. I'm recording this song today. Here's a little clip of me singing in the studio. And it doesn't have to be fancy. It can just be on your phone, on your Facebook, your Instagram stories. You can do just short little video updates to let people know what you're doing and to get them excited. Another idea is that you can share stories from the road. If you're traveling and gigging, you could say, hey, I'm playing at this coffee shop tonight. I'm playing at this restaurant. I'm playing at this gig or festival, and here's what I'm doing. So you're sharing behind the scenes, maybe pictures, or just sharing stories from people that you've met that have connected to your music. And you could say, hey, we're playing this song live for the first time, and include people in that. So that's another idea. And another way you can get your fans and your audience involved is to have them vote on album artwork. Or if you're making a decision, you could say, hey guys, do you like this or this better? Do you like A or B, 1 or 2? Vote in the comments. And if you do that, then you're allowing people to let you know what they like, and you don't have to guess what your audience is going to like. You're actually asking them, and they feel a part of the process, and they are a part of the process. So that's another idea of just having your fans vote on which album artwork, which photo to use, that kind of thing can get them involved. I always laugh when I see this picture, and I had to share this. This ape is having a bad hair day, and it just reminds me to not hold back from showing the messy process. Of course, it's going to be messy, but the real life stuff is what's most relatable. That's what people relate to. They don't always want to see the shiny, polished end product. They want to see what it took to get there, the blood, the sweat, the tears, and they want to know what it took. And I want to encourage you that you can be intentional about what you post without sharing everything. So you don't have to share every single thing that you're doing. You don't have to share what you ate for lunch, but just be intentional with what you do post that it's something that you want to share with people. So for my example, I don't share every single thing about my life, but I do share a lot about motherhood because that's something I'm passionate about. And that's the stage of life I'm in with little kids. And I want to encourage other moms. And then I've written songs about that too. So it just makes sense of, hey, here's what I'm doing in my life. And then here's the songs that I wrote about it, and bring people along and show them the real messy, real life stuff. So don't hold back showing part of the process. I have a question for you, and I want you to let me know in the chat, how do you feel right now about promoting your music online? When you think about promotion and putting it out there and letting people hear it, maybe for the first time, how does that make you feel? Are you excited? Are you nervous? Are you, wondering how it's going to work? How do you feel about it right now? I want to know. Darlene says in the comments, we should do a made for this tour. I was talking about touring and gigging, and I have thought about doing some special concerts like that. So it might be in the works. So let me know in the comments, in the chat, how do you feel right now about promoting your music online? I am sorry, my nose is running, but like I said, I'm showing up today. I am here for you. And I've got my Kleenexes right here. And this is another example of sharing the real life. Sometimes you get a cold. Sometimes it's cold and rainy outside, and we just have to deal with it. But I'm glad to be here with you. Really, there's no other place I would rather be right now. I love talking about this stuff, and I want to share it with you. Corey says, I think I feel a little fear, like the what ifs. What if nobody listens to my music? What if I put it out there and nobody likes it? When I was releasing a project last year and having a baby in the same year, it felt like having two babies because so much work and heart goes into recording your songs. And you want that to be something that people love. Like, you want to put out your music and you're like, nobody say anything bad about it, right? Because that's my baby. That's my song baby. And so there's a lot of what ifs, and I totally agree with that. It's totally normal to feel a little fear when you're thinking about promoting music. Like, am I going to do it the right way? Let me tell you about my friend Starlet. When she was releasing an instrumental Christmas album, I helped walk her through creating her album artwork and submitting it for online distribution. And it was just instrumental Christmas songs. She's a fiddle player, so she was playing that, and the songs were already recorded. But it really just helps to have somebody encouraging and just another set of eyes to make those decisions and think, what do I do about this? And what should the album artwork look like? And how can I get this out there? And so I was able to help her put her music online and get it out there in time for Christmas. And it's a beautiful album, by the way. So the next thing I want to share with you is that I want you to follow a simple plan to promote leading up to your release. It does not have to be complicated. A simple plan is better than no plan. And really, it doesn't have to be lots of little things. If you have a very simple plan to promote leading up to your release, you're going to know what to do, when to do it, and how you're going to do it. And then once you have that simple plan, you can be spontaneous with posts and updates as things happen. Like I said, recording in the studio, making a quick update and saying, this is what I'm doing at my gigs. And so when you have that plan, if you're going to post every week, if you're going to post at certain times, and if you're going to be letting people in at certain dates to let them know when the music's coming out. So there's that kind of plan. And then there's the spontaneous post that you can add into that. All right, so we've gone through the 3 secrets to planning a successful album release. I hope that you've enjoyed going through that, and I hope that you've learned something from those 3 secrets. I wanted to share those that have come up over and over, and really, if you follow that, then you're going to be ahead of most independent musicians that are just trying to figure it out by themselves. Now I have a question for you. Would you like me to teach you how to successfully plan your album release? I've shared a few things here today, and there's so much more that we can't get into just in a 1-hour class. But if you're here today, you're the perfect type of person because I know that you are serious about your music and that you want to have a good plan to release your music and not just put it out there. Corey says, absolutely. And he gives me these muscle emojis. I love it, Corey. Like, yes, let's do this. So cool. I want to remind you why you're here today, because I know it can get isolating and it can be nerve-wracking to put your music out there, but you're here for a reason. And you might be here because you're excited to share your music, but you don't really know how to go about it or how to even start. And that's totally normal. We all start from somewhere, but the important thing is to just start. You also might be here because you want to make sure that when you do put your music out there, that you do it the right way the first time. You want to learn how to avoid those mistakes so that you don't make the same mistakes. And that's probably why you're here today. You're actually putting forth that effort to go to this class and learn about it. And then you're probably here because you're looking for encouragement from someone else in the industry to ask questions and get advice. And that has been a huge thing in my story and in my journey, to be able to ask people that have gone ahead and have done it and say, how did you do this? What did you do about this? What about, printing your CDs, or how do you do it to promote? Or, what do you do with your Facebook fans? Whatever it is, having somebody to bounce those questions off, brainstorm together, and get answers can really make all the difference and save you so much time. So the way I see it, you have two options at this point. Option number one is to stay unsure and maybe figure it out yourself, but then a year from now, maybe be in the same spot or not as far as you want to be. Or option number two, you can follow a simple, proven strategy to get your music out this year. That is what I want for you. I want you to get it out quickly and smoothly and have a lot of fun with it. So you could follow that simple, proven strategy and get your music out this year stress-free. So I want to invite you to the 6-week album release strategy. This is a brand new program that I've created, and I want to invite you to be one of the founding members of this program, the 6-week album release strategy. And in the program, you'll learn a simple, proven strategy for how to prepare, produce, and promote your album release. You'll learn what you need to do, why you need to do it, and step-by-step tutorials for how to do it. I have packaged up everything that I have learned that's been helpful for a successful album release and made it into step-by-step lessons to help you know exactly what order to do things in and why you need to do it. I think that's so important, because when we know why we're doing something, it helps make sense of it all. And so I'm not going to just tell you what you need to do, do this, do this, do this. I'm going to tell you why you need to do it. And then I'm going to help you learn exactly how to do it with step-by-step tutorials of how to get your music out there, what information you need to prepare, and where to go, what website to go to, click this button, fill out this form, and this is the timeline that it needs to be done. I've mapped it all out for you in this program. I'm so excited about this because it's something I wish that I had when I was getting started. This would have saved me so much time figuring it out myself. And for the last 15 years, I've taken all that experience and put it into a 6-week program for you. So this 6-week strategy has a calendar to model your own release after. It has all the step-by-step tutorials for how to submit your album for online distribution, to be on all those download and streaming sites, and exactly what information you need to have prepared, and then how to actually submit it and how to share it with your audience. It's a detailed plan for promoting your release once it's out into the world, and what to say to your audience, when to say it. Let me tell you a little bit more about Starlet, my friend who plays the fiddle, and she released a beautiful instrumental Christmas album. And it was already recorded, it was ready to go, but I just helped her get it online and set it up to take orders in plenty of time for Christmas. So she could have figured this out herself, or I could have given her some pointers, but we just sat down together and I walked her through exactly what she needed to do, because it was her first time putting an album out there and I had done it before. And so I'm just a few steps ahead, and I've done this before. I know the process. and I can help you do the same thing, even if it's not for a Christmas album, but help you get to your deadline smoothly. And I'm not special. There's nothing about me that's, I have, access to experts, or I have any, special magic to do these successful album releases. I've just been where you are, and I want to use my own experience from the last 15 years and releasing a dozen of my own albums, as well as helping other artists get their music out online. I want to take that experience and help you have a smoother process when releasing your music and save you that much time. I want to tell you about my Honest Songbird guarantee. So if you do work through the program and we work through this course, and then within 30 days of enrolling, you don't agree that it's worth every single penny, then I will gladly give you a refund. So there is no risk for signing up for this program. I map out exactly what you need to do. And once you go through the program, if you don't absolutely love it, I am totally behind this. But if you do get to that point, then I will gladly give you a refund. To enroll now, you can go to rusticsongbird.com/yes, and that will take you to a page with all the information I just shared with you and a button to enroll. So you go to rusticsongbird.com/yes, and in the chat, you can click that link or just put it in your browser, and you can go right now and enroll. And this is what it looks like when you go to rusticsongbird.com/yes, YES. You'll see this page that comes up introducing the 6-week album release strategy. And if you scroll down, you can read a lot of the information that I've just shared about the lessons and what's included in the program. But we've talked through a lot of that, so you don't have to read it all, but it's there for you. You can click that Enroll Now button. So I'm going to walk you through every single step, and there is no getting behind here. You can take it at your own pace, which I love about online courses, because you can really make it work for whatever time you have. If you're a weekend warrior, if you are a nap time warrior, for any moms out there, parents, you know how it is. You have to work around all of that. And so I know you're busy, but I wanted this to be broken down in a way you could take it at your own pace. So you'll start here with the welcome video once you're logged into the course. And that's what it looks like. There I am. I'm super excited about this because I have packed it with so much value for you and have really broken down the steps in a way that's easy to understand and to duplicate for your own success. So to enroll now, go to rusticsongbird.com/yes. And you might be asking yourself some questions while we're here live. And one of those questions might be, how do I even know where to start? How do I know if I'm ready for this? And I want to encourage you that we all start from zero. We all start from nothing, like no email list, no fan base, no experience. But the important thing is to just start. And if you're thinking, what if I do it the wrong way? Well, what if you want to, try it out, but you're afraid of pressing the wrong button? Or what if you put something out there and it just flops, right? But I want to encourage you that you can't do this wrong. Like there's no right or wrong way to put yourself out there. You're always testing, you're always trying things. And if you put something out there and it doesn't work, that's okay. Like you can revisit it and figure out, okay, what did go wrong? That doesn't mean that you're wrong or that your music's wrong. Maybe there's a tech glitch. And so it's good to check that out. And I just want to encourage you, don't let that hold you back from starting, of just being afraid of doing it the wrong way. Because we're going to mess up. We're all human, right? So we're going to make mistakes. You're going to make a typo sometimes, and it's not the end of the world. So if there's a perfectionist watching, I want to let you know that it's going to be okay. Like if you make a typo, if you, say the wrong thing, it's not a one size fits all world. And I love that because there's room for all of us. And if you just need the encouragement to keep going, this is the place for you, because like I said, my spiritual gift is encouragement, and I see that potential in people. I see, what they're dealing with and being able to help people find the next step. I feel like that is one of my gifts, and that I've just figured out over time. And so I want to be there cheering you on the entire way. And so I'm going to be there helping you through the technical stuff and let you know what to do. But at the end of the day, you just need that encouragement from somebody that's done it before. and I am here for it. So I want to let you know, to enroll in the 6-week album release strategy, you just go to rusticsongbird.com/yes. It will take you to that page that I showed you a little earlier, and then you can just click through the buttons to enroll now, have your payment information, and then you'll get that confirmation email. Here's a few questions that you might be asking after hearing about the program for the first time. And one of those questions is, who is this for? I'm going to come on the screen again so you can see me. Hello. Who is this program for? So it's for musicians and songwriters who either have songs written and or recorded. So even if you haven't recorded the songs yet, this program shows you what to do once you have those recordings and what to do with it. So if you have those recordings ready, awesome, good for you. This is perfect timing. And if you're planning to record it, that's awesome too, because you'll have this plan for what to do with those recordings. So I'm not teaching you in this program how to record your songs, but I do have resources on my podcast, and I can point you in the direction to resources for finding a producer or getting your songs recorded, or the equipment you need to record them at home. If you want to do a simple home recording, there's so many options out there, but that's not what I'm teaching in this program. I'm teaching how to take those recordings and put them online. So I'm going to teach you how to submit it for digital distribution, how to get them on your website, link it, and share it out with your audience, what to say and when to say it. So that is who this is for. If you're a musician, you're ready to put your music out there, or you're planning to this year, I want to make this happen for you. And so I can help you with the resources for that as well, if you're in that process of figuring out how to record or how to get that done. But then you'll be ready to take this course once the songs are recorded, and you'll have all the information for how to get it out online. Another question you might be thinking is, am I ready for this? And that's a good question to ask, because I want you to be ready for this. And if you're here on this video and you followed along this amount of time, that's a great sign that you're ready for this. And I don't want you to doubt yourself. I want you to commit and invest in yourself and in your music career, because when you take yourself seriously, other people are going to take yourself seriously. Okay? People are going to take you seriously, but you have to set the bar and believe in yourself first. And so it's that kind of coaching that I'm going to help you with along the way, because a lot of times we can doubt ourselves, and we can doubt if we're ready to put our music out into the world, or if we're ready to take that next step. Of course, it's going to be scary when you haven't done it before. But if this is something that you've been dreaming about for a long time, that's a really good sign that you're ready. So I hope that encourages you today. I hope that you've gotten a lot out of this class. I've really enjoyed teaching it. And I want to thank you for your time watching today. Again, to sign up for the program and to get all the details and all the information you need to get your questions answered, you can go to rusticsongbird.com/yes to sign up today and be part of the first program. I'm so excited about this, and I'm going to be using the information that I get back from you, the feedback and the things that we work through to make the program even better. And the great thing is, every time I update this program with any more resources, or I'm adding any special things, you get access to that as well, because it's for the lifetime of the program. So if you sign up now as a founding member, you get all of those updates absolutely for free, and it's just going to get better and better and better. And so I really would love for you to be in the program with us and to go on this journey together to release your music out into the world and make it a reality. So thank you so much for your time today. This has been super fun, and I appreciate you being here. Again, to sign up for the program, just go to rusticsongbird.com/yes, and I hope to see you inside the program. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll be talking to you soon. Bye.